But this is what I've seen, that most of the people, they stick to their comfort zone. They don't want to break their comfort barriers and step into this discomfort. They know growth happens outside the comfort zone, but still they get so much this feel of security within the comfort zone that they're not able to break their own shackles by themselves.
Then you will stay where you are. There'll be be it professionally, be it personally, be it physically. So when you're working out, if you don't push yourself, if you're holding a 5-pound weight and you can do bicep curls with a 5-pound weight and you continue doing it for the rest of your life, your body's going to stop responding at some point. If you raise it to 10 pounds or you increase the number of reps, it'll be harder for you, but you're coming out of your comfort zone and your body will respond to it. Even personally, as you are living your life, you continue to behave a certain way and be a certain, we have to move with the time. The times are moving so fast around us. We have to move with the times. We have to be aware. We need to see what's happening around us. We have to, even if it's difficult for us, we've got to take that step and try something new and do things that you've not done before because the environment demands it of you. And if you don't do it, personally, there'll be no growth. Professionally, there'll be no growth. To grow, to be a better version of yourself, you have to come out of your comfort zones. Are not, it's nice, for a little while. Okay, you know what? I've gotten to this place. I enjoy this place. This is my comfort. In certain aspects, a comfort zone is nice up to a point. And then it gets you too comfortable. And then
you stagnate there.
Yeah, you
stagnate. Then you say, why am I not growing? And then you, in fact, start to think that somebody else is responsible for my growth and not me.
Yes.
So I think
we have to hold responsibility for everything. We are responsible. We are responsible for our behavior, our actions. If things happen and situations happen, I tell this to my son as well, that, I am not responsible for the situation always. There's certain situations you are responsible for if things don't go right and you've done something wrong. But I'm just saying, if a situation happens which feels unfair and feels that it's, the world is against you, you're not responsible for the situation. You are responsible for your response to that situation. That's all responsible. You're responsible for how you respond to that situation.
So exactly what is said, that life is not what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens to you.
It is. Life very often gives you lemons, and you have to learn to make lemonade. You're not always going to get lemonade. You're not always going to get, a bed of roses in front of you. Life is hard. And you know what? The people who go through harder lives, they have more to learn. I think there's a plan. Everybody's come down with a plan. And this is what they have to go through. And this is what they have to learn in this lifetime. This is very spiritual, I know. But I believe a lot in destiny, and I believe we all are confronted with things that we have to grow from, that we have to learn from. The obstacles that come along our way are up.
I personally will disagree on this for my perspective. Okay. I hope I have a perspective.
Please, you're most welcome. Share with me.
I would say that it's the defining choices and the decisions which you take that defines your destiny. And if you are ready to go up to the mantle, you see, opportunities exist, but you should be ready, skills ready, ability ready to be able to go and step onto that mantle. So that's what it is.
Here's the thing. So my counter to that would be that yes, that you have to have the skills but it's your destiny, I believe, to be that person who's going to rise to the occasion every time. So you came to this lifetime of yours. Please, pardon me you might think it's mumbo jumbo, but this is how I think, this is how I think. You came to this lifetime to be a leader and a teacher and someone who teaches people and instills confidence in them. That was your destiny. Okay? And the opportunities that came your way that got you to this place, that's destiny. And you rose to the occasion because that was your destiny.
I still will say decisions and choices.
Yes, we are about the job and the choices you make. My point is this, the choices you make as well. making this go, so you're on a crossroad. You have two roads in front of you. You taking this choice. Yes, you can say it's free will. Yes, you took this choice, but it was in your soul's path to be on this road.
So in the bigger picture,
so you would like to believe that it was your choice. Yes, it was your choice. It was your choice. You could have gone down that road, but you chose this road because it was you were destined to be on this path.
So very well put. And in fact, I'll add to this, if I may, that is that a bigger destiny awaits you, provided you're ready to take that choice and make that decision.
Yes.
And it will come with itself with a lot of
Your life is how big you want to make it. And if in this lifetime, you're supposed to be just this much or learn just this much, then that was what the plan for you for this lifetime was. And there's always the next lifetime to come back to learn more.
Wonderful. All right. So, Mandira, with all those accomplishments and pioneering such amazing efforts which you have gone through in your life, what is next for Mandira Bedi?
I love that my week does not have monotony anymore. Remember, I told you when it came to all the daily soaps, we like punching a card. But right now, I look at my, a week in my life. One day is not like any other. Today, I'm having this beautiful conversation with you, Sanjay. Day after tomorrow, I'm being invited by a corporate to give a motivational talk on physical and mental health. The day after that, I've got an interview with a news channel on mental health. Because I'm a part of, I've co-founded a mental wellness space. So then, 2 days after that, I am doing something for a green tea brand. So there's not one day that's like the other. I am in the process of developing a short film because I feel the only thing I miss a little bit is the acting. At one point, I couldn't do it day in and day out. And now I miss it because I'm doing all sorts of other things. My week has 4 or 5 different days of completely different stuff going on. And my month will have a variety of, and one day I could be going to host an event for a corporate. One day I do theater as well, doing my play in another city or in Bombay or wherever. So I love that there's absolutely no monotony. There's not one day that's like the other. And I think because I love my work so much, that's what drives me. That's what keeps me going. I'm going to be doing a health related podcast as well soon because physical and mental health is really something that I feel very passionate about. So there's lovely things lined up.
So nothing rudimentary and boring. Everything is a new day.
Everything is a new day.
New feats to accomplish.
Even with, I must tell you, you got to find joy in even the nice things, in the mundane things. There are times when I'm hosting something for a corporate, and I'll never forget this. One particular period I was going through, I decided I'm going to give up anger for 1 month. For 1 month, I'm not going to be angry ever for anything.
That's not possible.
I did.
Wow.
Okay. So that particular month, I'll never forget. I was invited to host an event for a tire company. And it was the first time I was hosting an event for this company in Bhuj. And, they have a lot of most of their clientele and most of their, the dealers that buy from them are in Europe. So a whole bunch of, people travel from all over the world who were in the audience. I was standing on a huge tire. Okay. It's like one of those truck tires or massive one. And I was in Bhuj. Imagine how hot it is. I had sweat trickling down my neck over here and down my leg. I was wearing a sari, green colored sari. I'll never forget. And I was, and I said to myself, who gets a chance to stand on a tire and host a show for a tire company? Who gets a chance to do things like this? I mean, wow, lucky me. And I was in that space of, I'm not getting angry for anything. And I stood over there and I talked to her and said, on your left, you will see the tire going around on this asphalt track, and it's looking, and it's whatever I had to, speak about. I spoke about it with great enthusiasm, and joy. And I said, I just said, this, who gets a chance to do things like this? Who gets an opportunity to do something like this? And at the end of that event, when we were flying back, I met the owner of the company and he came up to me and said, you know something, we do a lot of events and we've never had anybody speak about our tires with so much joy and enthusiasm. And that was about maybe 5-7 years ago. After that, I've gone to Milan with them twice. I've gone to Australia. I've gone to Greece. I've done possibly 25 events for them after that. And it was all because I decided I'm going to just be so joyful about hosting an event on tires, standing on a tire, because it's an opportunity not many people get. And I mean, you find joy in the small things. You find joy in the mundane things as well. And you can find joy in everything you do. If you just say, wow, you look at the opportunity for what it is and say, it's so different. It's so amazing. I take nothing for granted. I take every morning when I wake up, I say, thank you, God. I take nothing for granted. I don't take for granted that I wake up this morning. I don't take for granted that I have a roof over my head and food on my table and healthy children. I take nothing for granted. So even this morning it wasn't around 12 noon when I left home. As I'm getting into the car, I said, I take nothing for granted. Thank you, God, for this amazing conversation I'm going to go and have with Sanjeev. So I take nothing for granted. And when you take nothing for granted, there's joy in everything. And you can find joy in everything. You can find something good in everything, positivity in everything.
So that's quite amazing. In fact, I was thinking when you were speaking, and that effort combined with the sweat and the enthusiasm is equal to success.
I love all your equations. They're very nice. Yes. This plus this plus this equals success.
Yes.
You're right.
And also that, there are always going to be two-sided.
I would add to it.
Yes, please.
Plus gratitude.
Absolutely.
Whenever there's gratitude, something that is your key to positivity. That is your key to being in a good, positive state of mind at all times.
In fact, I was with my students, the working professional students, and there were about 500 of them I do a batch with every week. And so I asked them, I'll give you 60 seconds to point out 5 negatives going on in your today's life, the life you live today. What all negatives did you go through? Give me 5 of them, and you have 60 seconds.
Right.
And of those 500 people, 460 something, within 60 seconds, they send me the 5 negatives which they have faced today. And the next question was, send me 3 positives which you have gone through today, those 3 positive moments, which either you created or you've gone through by yourselves. Send that to me in 60 seconds. And you know what? Only 100 something plus people could send those 3 positive moments in that 60 seconds. And that means to say that paying heed to the positive side of the situation, circumstance.
People don't even know how to be grateful. They don't know. When you say be grateful, what is there to be grateful for? What is there? There's nothing. People, our mindsets have shifted that we only look for the negatives. We only look for, or we only see the negatives. And the positives are something we have to search for, look for, and we don't acknowledge. So it's very important to actually, just say, the moment you start focusing on the positives, focusing on what is, suddenly all that you have is enough. All that you have is more than enough. So we have to make that shift in mindset. I think that's very important.
To anyone watching this, if you're in a tough phase, if you're rebuilding, or just trying to hold it all together, I hope this episode reminds you you're not alone. You're not done.